Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Gaskins here. Hope you're well. Now, this video brought to you by my company, Destiny. You see DestinyApp.com. If you are a single and you are intentional, get on over there. Now, I've been hearing about this over and over and over. And as you know, I'm in this space as a relationship coach and dealing with this, but I want to help y'all understand this from a male perspective and understand the biology, the chemistry, the mentality of men. A lot of people, they talk about, oh, if you married, you don't understand what the dating world is like, but we still out here. And yes, we don't have to approach a woman, but we still out here. We still seeing other men not approach women. We still see women. We're not blind just because we married. So we still see women. We see the energy, the attitude. We see the focus. We see the drive. We see the attire, how people dressing, how people presenting themselves. Like all of that stuff is still very clear and evident. And you still, even when you get married, you still have the gender chemistry, the male to female attraction. You still have the same feelings or thoughts and everything. You just, if you honest and you faithful, you can't act on it. And that's something that people don't realize. But if I see a woman and she thinks I'm attractive, I know she thinks I'm attractive. If I see a woman and she's attractive, if I'm staring at her, she's gonna know she thinks, or she's gonna know I think she's attractive. And that's just man and woman. That's male to female. It don't matter if you married or you single. As a married person, you have to be more intentional about it. So I can't give eye contact for too long. I can't give a bunch of compliments. I can't be overly nice, overly talkative. I can't be all of those things unless I'm talking to somebody and it's very clear and established that I'm married. And that happens at times where you meet somebody, you somewhere, you out and about and conversation. The day I was at the dentist and I got the dental assistant, actually her team playing right now, Columbia, very pretty young lady. She in a relationship. The dentist, he married, I'm married. And that don't mean that I can't see that she's pretty. That don't mean that while I'm sitting there waiting on the doctor, she talking to me, she bringing up, little small talk or whatever, and we having a conversation. It's like, but I just have to know that I have to be appropriate, answer the questions, ask the questions. But the same energy, the same chemistry, the same attraction, none of that changes. It don't matter if it was 20 years ago, 50 years ago, all of that right there, the way humans see each other and the way humans relate, that's all the same. And that's going to remain the same. But the difference is what you have to realize today. So nothing has changed with men as far as it relates to how men see ourselves. And one of the things that a lot of times women don't realize, understand, or believe is that men are, on average, insecure. Men, we beat ourselves up. We're insecure. We're not on a high horse like a lot of women believe we are. We are insecure. We are afraid. We deal with a lot of mental health issues. We have a lot of woe is me days. We are weaker in a lot of ways than women. And women find that out. But a lot of times when women find it out, a woman is shocked. And a woman associates masculinity with emotional intelligence. And women will assume that a man is not going to really express feelings or show feelings or have feelings or ever feel sorry for himself or anything like that because he's a man. And that's not the case. So today we have a world where men can meet women on social networking sites. They don't have to go to Datestiny and sign up and be on a dating app. They can go to Instagram. They can go to LinkedIn. They can go to Facebook. And that eliminates a lot of the pressure because now you don't have to be dressed. You don't have to be tall. You don't have to have good breath. You don't have to have on new shoes. You don't have to build up the courage to approach a woman. You don't have to risk being publicly rejected, humiliated, embarrassed. You don't have to hear her voice, see her in person, have her turn you down. None of those things. She can't look you to head to toe. So social media eliminates a lot of the barriers that are between a man and a woman when in public. Y'all forgive me the game on FIFA. So I keep looking up. So that's why. And so you have to realize and understand that is a very real thing, that men are not necessarily introverted, but not that confident. And you also have to think about it. If you're a woman watching this, you got to think about, okay, how would I feel if I walk up to somebody and I speak to them and they look at me like I'm a monster? If I walk up to somebody and I speak to them and they suck their teeth and they walk off. If I walk up to somebody and I give them a compliment and they look at me and walk off, they don't say anything back, or I say something and they yell at me or they curse at me or they tell me to kick rocks. And just the thought of that is extremely, extremely frightening. I never forget, as a married man, as an author, I had my book and I was at the mall and I would go and I would walk through the parking lot, park, and I would put my little flyers, not flyers, I had little business cards. I would put it on the windshield wiper so that they could see my book. And I was marketing like that, person to person. And I never forget, I went to walk up to this lady to show her my book and, pitch my book. And before I even got a word out, she was like, listen, if you coming to play games, don't say nothing to me. Do not say nothing to me if you coming to play games. Now, here's the thing. At that time, I was more of a handsome guy. I was 23. I had just turned 23. I was fit, 8-pack of abs, shoulders, chest, baby face, but had hair on my face. So I was a little more, I was more handsome. And she was like a naturally pretty woman. She was a Hispanic. She looked like her daughter with her. And she had a little bit of the baby weight that you put on when you have kids and what have you, to where as a man, we could look and see like, woo, woo. Yeah, sister was pressure back in her day. She was still young. And so what it looked like a lot of men like me try to sleep with her because she was sleep wittable, but she wasn't necessarily somebody that if I was a single man that I would have shot my shot at to be with her or like make her a wife. We weren't on the same level when it came to our fitness and our physique and how we was presenting ourselves. We weren't on the same level. And so I wouldn't have shot that shot. And that's just the reality of it. And that's happening today as well. And that's why we getting ready to launch here on blackandfit.com. It's spelled just how it sounds. And you could go and sign up and claim your account where we're going to have workouts 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and eventually Monday through Friday, because of we need to fight obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension. And that's happening a lot today too. Whereas it's a lot more, you got the introvert and then you got the lack of compatibility. I was talking to a young man who's single. He's in his early 30s and he's fit. He's successful, run his business. I said, would you give a woman who's 50 pounds overweight a shot? He said, no. I said, why not, man? She could be an amazing person, great spirit. Like, she'll get on the treadmill with you. She'll work out with you. She'll get that weight off of her. She might just need some support, some motivation. You know, a man who see the best in her. And he said, no, because that's how she presents herself. That's how she views her body. That's how she take care of herself. And if I'm taking care of myself completely different, it's not fair to me to be with somebody who not taking care of themselves on the same level. And that's a very real thing. As hard as it is to say, as hard as it is for us to confront and to talk about, we got to get in shape. And that's another reason why a lot of men are not approaching women today, because a lot of women honestly are not approachable. You're not where you need to be, and you're working on yourself. And the men who are where you are, they're not where they need to be, and they're insecure because of that. And so it's one thing to be not where you want to be, and you like, well, I still should get approached. A man still should see my value. He still should see me be, he should see past the surface. And you see that, and it's like, okay, well, are you confident? Are you fully confident as a woman if you're not where you want to be in your body and your job and wherever? No, you're not. And so the thing about it as well is today the stakes are so much higher. And this is common sense. And this is where the single relationship coaches fail to realize that this stuff is common sense. It's not rocket science. So it's a lot easier today to start a business. You can start a website, you can start a business in 5 seconds. You could build an app, in an hour, 2 hours. So it might not all the way work, but after a week, you may have all the bugs fixed and you can make it work. So you can do these things a lot easier now. So therefore, people are getting to the bag. They making more money. They getting out there. They making more money. They making things happen. And so being that people are doing that, the bar is being raised. And it's a lot of men who they're not where they want to be in their body. They also not where they want to be in their money. And the onus is on the man to approach the woman. So if you're a woman, you have to think about that and say, would I have the confidence to approach somebody if my money ain't right and my body ain't right? And that's where 90% of humans live. Money ain't right, body ain't right. That's the reality of 90% of humans. So now that decreases the approach rate drastically. Because before those standards were in place, before you had to make a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of brand or people online or whatever, it was just get what you get, don't pitch a fit. Like everybody was on an equal playing field. You only could get certain type of jobs. There wasn't a thing of making 6 figures on social media. We got moms, like we got stay-at-home moms, we got working moms touching 6 figures off social media. I seen a lady made 200,000-300,000, she said, off her Substack. Y'all make sure to go subscribe to my Substack, substack.com. Tony Gas. I have free and paid version. So substack.com. Or maybe it's, what is it? TonyGasson.substack.com or substack.tonygasson.com. One of those. But go on, find me on there. I'll put a link in the description if you're on YouTube. And that's a new world today. So before, you had to go get a job. You're a teacher. You're a police officer. You might be a doctor or a lawyer. You're a clerk, customer service, bank teller, whatever it is. But now the fact that social media have changed everything to where you can get a whole bag. You can make a lot of money on the side, like outside of your job. So women looking around and seeing this. They seeing men start podcasts, which should not be a thing there. Y'all boy need to hush. They seeing men start podcasts, become streamers, become whatever it is, app founders, company founders, this and that. So the women seeing all of this, and they like, hey, these men can make more money now. Like these men making more money. They see guys like me with no college degree, and they see my wife very well taken care of. So I have 3 million women online that follow me. 3 million women follow me online. So if they look at me and they look at my wife and they see that she's a stay-at-home mom and they see that she taken care of, then it's like, hey, if Tony could do it, they man could do it. They looking at like, hey, if he could do it for his wife, why would I settle for somebody who can't do that for me? Now, what a lot of people don't realize is we built from government cheese, from WIC, food stamps. Like we built up together. And a lot of people ain't willing to start there. They ain't willing to do that. And of course, we started in our 20s, early 20s. So that's why people be like, oh, Tony, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 50s, I'm in my 60s. I can't be starting from square one. I can't be with nobody that make $25,000, $30,000 a year. I'm gonna tell you what, you about to come to the point where you're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to get what you get and not pitch fit. I ain't telling you to settle. I'm just telling you to be real. You know, I'm talking to people every day, and I'll be honest with you, like this economy and the way this world is, it's not really. I see this guy, he make videos about, oh, when you somebody who make money, but it's like it look like his whole house is in one room. It's like, brother, you talking about you got money? I don't see no space in there. Like I don't see no space. I don't see no, ain't nothing airy. I don't see no vaulted ceilings. Like I don't see no floor to ceiling window. It like look like to me, you sending a little tuna can talking about you making money. And that's the reality of the world. Like people is saying they make money and people got this and got that. And and people are struggling. A lot of people live with their parents. Like a lot of people, parents got on and was able, when the economy was normal, when stuff was normal, people was able to get a job, and with your regular job, you could go buy a house. You can't buy no house with no regular job today. Can't do nothing today with no regular job. Like the world is saying, you got to create a second stream of income. You got to create you an app. You got to create you a company. You got to create something. That's what the world is saying today. The world is saying, hey, if you want to eat, you're going to have to grind. You're going to have Elon Musk had PayPal. He had another company. He got Tesla. He got SpaceX. He got Twitter. And he got all these other companies he done buying up that a lot of them we won't even hear about. Jeff Bezos started with Amazon selling books, but now he got his own TV, got his own e-reader, he got his own space shuttles, got his own space program. So when you see trillionaires and billionaires creating multiple businesses and not just doing one thing in one lane, Jeff Bezos got Prime, the video streaming, all of that. I was in a Best Buy the other day, he had Amazon TVs. I think Amazon got a grocery store now. You see what I mean? That like the model is being set out there. And then what's happening is my son was just showing me the streamer last night, and he got this streamer. He got this thing, Streamer University. And Kai Cenat is kind of crazy because I had DM him, told him he need to do online course, teach what he do. And that thing, I know Streamer University came out. I say, what? Read that DM, but then they want to answer, cut my consultant check. And so he putting these other streamers on, and these streamers, they getting online and they making 6 figures, 7 figures. I met a young man who came to one of my events, make 200,000 a year. Yeah, he got to stream 8 hours a day when he streamed, but he make 200,000 a year plus, and that was early in his career. So I say that to say, when the world doing that right there, it's skewing the numbers. It's messing stuff up because now you got kids. 21 walking in, ugh, dropping a bag on a G-Wagon. And so when everybody could afford a watch and everybody could afford a G-Wagon, they up the prices. Like y'all seen Chanel. It's a Chanel bag that years ago I paid $5,000 for. Today the same bag is like 10,000 before tax. After tax, 11,500. And I'm like, I remember going in the Bird Door on Fifth Avenue. I was in New York 15 years ago, and bought my wife a Chanel boy bag, 5,000 even. Last year, the same, and the classic Chanel was the same, around the same price. I don't even know. Could have been 3,800. But last year I bought my wife I think it was a classic, a medium classic Chanel bag out of New Jersey, but I had to pay taxes on it. The bag was 10,000, tax was 1,500, 11,500. That's how this a bag now that y'all talking about is depreciating asset. If my wife go sell them Chanels I bought when they was 5,000, done doubled the money. You can't sell it for that whole 11.5, but you get 8.5, 9.5, because somebody buy it look brand new, got everything you need, the paper that got the little card and everything you need, and I could get this up off of you and save $2,000. Oh yeah, run me that bag. Boom, done double your money. But that's the world we live in. So now that make that approach a lot harder. And the other thing is too, is like women are single until married. A man on average is a hoe until married. So a woman does not get the same grace to go out and freaknik. A woman don't, it's got the zero and the hero. If a woman sleep around, no woman envies her and no man want her. If a man sleep around, every man envies him and he can still have any woman. And that's the unfortunate part of our world. So women being single has made women say, this lady got a thong on at the FIFA. All kind of panty lines showing up there. I got a little thong strap up there to the top. Man, calm down now, Columbia. Calm down, Columbia. Get y'all people now. And so here you have women who are single and not sleeping around. What is she gonna do? Get a bag. The men is on OnlyFans, watching OnlyFans, on Pornhub, watching that, touching on themselves. It's a much smaller percentage of women that's spending as much time. It's women that's doing it now, but it's a much smaller percentage of women that's spending that much time on them nasty sites. These men, a lot of these men is developing a habit with them nasty sites, and they spending hours a day. And then outside of the nasty sites, they giving an hour or more to the nasty site, giving 2 hours to 8 hours to the video game, giving 2 to 4 hours to social media. So when you meet a man, typically he ain't got no money. But a woman, those things are not socially accepted. They're not socially respected. They're not socially promoted. Like women are not promoted to go and get on, watch porn and sleep around and play video games and be on social media. Now, women be on social media all day, and women get in, a lot of time women get into the books, what they call book talk now on TikTok. So women do social media now, but guess what the women do with social media? They start making money on social media. They figure out, how can I make money on social media? So now you got this, random everyday woman making $3,000 a month off social media. So now she working full time, but because she running, and as a school teacher making, 30 to 70,000, depending on where she at in the world. But then she filming her classroom and filming her get ready with me and filming her decorate my class. And now she making $3,000 a month, $6,000 a month. And so now men looking at women and like, a brand new New Balance, a brand new Nike. What are Lululemon? Aloe? Athletica? Fabletics? What she got on? Invicta? Michael Kors watch? What I watch a 250? All that gold on. She got 3 necklaces stacked up. Let me follow around this here mall. Okay, let me follow outside. Oh, what's she getting in? Ooh, car 2 years old. What? I can't afford them. And the men go on about their business because women single and focused, men on average single and distracted. So when you single and distracted, you lose your confidence, you lose your focus, you don't run up a bag. A woman single and focused. So guess what? Right now, women, black women in particular, lead in degree getting, college degree getting. Number one demographics of college degrees and new entrepreneurs is black women. Guess who also is number one? Black women in singleness. You see how it correlate? Black women is the number one single demographic, but also the number one in college degrees, and the number one in starting a new business. The black female dollar is the most coveted dollar in the world because black women are being left to themselves and being left single by black men. And then now what do you see? A lot of this is a trickle down effect. This trauma trickles. So the fact that the trauma trickles, a lot of our youth are not being raised right. So our boys and girls are raising themselves. And a lot of them are ghetto. And just like them being at that skating range and they got that song playing and that boy up there dancing and that scamming song, and all the kids know every single word to the scamming song. And it become an anthem. And now Spin That is a anthem. And that's what's in our brain waves. That's what's on our tongue, coming off our tongue all day. That's what our mind is on. Spin That. That's what the youth thinking about. That's how the youth being raised. So guess what? Because that's a thing, that's a very real thing. When men and women are raised right and they given structure, they academic excellence, they being taught to be academic, to read books, to do this, do that, try different things, chess club, whatever it may be, they end up not being able to relate to the majority of black people when a black person is raised like that. So now we got a lot of black men who are articulate and well-spoken, well-read, well-traveled, and cultured, going to white women and Asian women. We got a lot of black women who are well-spoken, well-traveled, cultured, going to white men. And I don't really be seeing Asian men with black women, but the white man is really doing numbers. The white man doing numbers on these here sisters, and rightfully so, and the sisters is now going to the sisters and they saying, hey, date outside your race. These Negroes don't want to get their act right. Date outside your race. Get you a white man. See, Serena Williams and Venus Williams did it. Get you a white man. The rapper Eve did it. Get your white man. So they start the Maori sister. One of them got a white man. The one who got with a black man went through a divorce. The Maori sister, Tia Maori, Tamara Maori, the Maori sister that married a white man stayed married. So then that just further feed the narrative. Then you got all of these NBA players with a white wife. Like a lot of the NBA, NFL guys, they got a white wife. So guess what? Then now they're being looked up to by all the young folks. So all the young athletes, the person go around the mall with the mic, go to the black boys who dressed like YNs and was like black girl, white girl. All of the little black boys said white girl. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. Not that I'm against interracial dating. Love who you love. Love is blind. But I'm just saying to just disqualify somebody based off their color. And that's why we got to take the onus on us. If you are a parent and you raising black kids, you need to do better. You need to stop being ghetto. You need to start reading books. You need to start building business. You need to start dressing universal. And that's the thing too. A lot of times black folks, we get so caught up in our hood, we get so caught up in our neighborhood. Oh, red hair, blue hair, dermals, long 9-inch nails, all this right here. I was at the game in Houston, and the sister next to me who was working at the game and the sister in front of me working at the game, both of them had on lashes this long. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Both of them had on lashes this long. This long, ladies, I'm trying to help you. You will stay single. You will stay single. If God did not make a lash that long, do not put that on your face. Take them off right now. Go get you some single volume, classic volume. Stop letting that woman, if you put them on yourself, get natural lashes. Get natural lashes. Stop doing that. And then y'all be talking about, I ain't doing nothing for no man. I do it for myself. You can't have no child by yourself. So you need to worry about what a man want. Just like men got to worry about what a woman want. We need to be worrying about each other. We need to be worrying about what we want, what we both want. Women want men to pull your pants up. Stop sagging like you're a teenage boy. You're 40 years old, booty crack out. Don't nobody want to see that. Mess around, have your skid mark on them drawers, boy. Don't nobody want to see your booty out, man. We looking at you. All we see is booty cheek pressing through your drawers and shorts halfway down your booty. Don't nobody want to see that, boy. It's got a smell on you. We around here. Look. Ooh. Pull your pants up, man. We around here smelling booty hole, man. We trying to eat. And you out here got booty out. It's like, come on now. And then and I'm gonna tell you, the sisters had the one sister had the lashes on and ain't have no hair on her head. You cannot have that thin scalp ponytail with lashes that long. Your eyelash can't be longer than your hair. So if you know you ain't treated that scalp right and that ain't where it need to be, wear some natural lashes. Because it's okay to have a low cut. It's okay to have natural hair. It's okay to do all that, but don't do that and then have lashes this long. And then the lashes fake. I mean, we know they're fake, but I mean, we could tell you sat there and put your little glue on there and stuck them on there or just ripped them out the package and just slap them up there. Lashes be sitting up here. Lash supposed to be down here. Lash be sitting up here. Like somebody trying to talk to you. Oh my God. They pulling lash out their mouth. It's like, come on now. And this the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all. Google New York street fashion. That's the fashion capital, New York Fashion Week, right? London, England fashion. Them over there, the UK, the ones who could dress, they could dress. So New York, London, that y'all need to start dressing like that. Stop around here wearing that bodycon dress, looking like a pack of lifesavers. And with bodycon on, but body ain't conned. If your body ain't T, then you should not have on no bandage dress or no bodycon dress. That is why you're not getting approached too. We already got broke men, insecure men, introverted men, scared men. And then you got on that pack of lifesaver bodycon dress. Y'all know talking about that old tight dress, and it be a stripe of red, stripe of orange, stripe of blue, stripe of green. Look like a pack of lifesavers. It's like, come on nah. And then toe be gripping the ground with them thong sandals on. Toe gripping the ground, gripping grain on 4 fours out of Houston. And it's like, come on, y'all have to start dressing. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, every state got a hood culture that got some outfits out the hood. And I'm telling you, the way the men dressing, the way the women dressing. And that's hurting y'all. That's hurting y'all nationally. That's hurting y'all when y'all go out to a regular place and people could tell exactly what street you come from. Oh, they must live over there on such side. That outfit on. Know exactly where you come from. And so it's just like we got to help each other. Women, you gotta look more presentable. That don't mean look like you going to prom when you going to the grocery store to get some salmon, which y'all call salmon. It's called salmon. The L is silent. And so don't do that. You going and listen, y'all, listen. I'm gonna tell you the secret. Here go the secret, ladies. One secret is don't look at a man more than 1 second. When you look at him, if he attractive to you, have a pleasant look. You should not be smiling like this. You shouldn't be looking at it. That ain't how you should be looking. When you look, it should be pleasant. Lips closed, smile, no teeth showing. Little head nod. That's it. 1 second. About your business. That's all. That's all he need. That is all. You sitting there. You're doing the most. You're doing the most. You're doing too much. The other thing, mothers, take that bonnet off your daughter's head and take it off your head. Y'all have got to stop doing that. Stop coming out the house with a bonnet on. That is ghetto. It is ratchet. It is disgusting. Y'all stop doing that. Okay, a little bit of raindrop hit you. All right. So what? Put a bag over your head at that moment when it's raining. But put that bag over your head. We rather that. So when you get inside the stove, boom. Take the plastic bag off. Boom, you in the stove. You look presentable. Nobody approaching you with that bonnet on. And so this the thing. Matching sets. Just keep it. You can keep it simple. It literally costs $10. Cream color shorts, cream color top. Burgundy, teal, turquoise, orange, yellow. It don't matter what the color is. Just a matching set. Just keep it simple. A matching set with some nice little tennis shoes, like some little running shoes, like the little New Balance that they making, the Asics, a little pair of Nikes. You got on matching set, whether it's leggings, sweat shorts, sweatpants, t-shirt, sweatshirt, tank top, sports bra, whatever you like to wear, hoodie, just a matching set. Matching set with some tennis shoes. That'll get you hollered at. You will get approached over and over. When you venture outside of that, bonnet on, how wild if it ain't on, outfit terrible. You can walk past. Why nobody don't approach? You don't look approachable. You looking like Who Shot John and Forgot to Kill Him. It's like you got to put a matching set on. It ain't got to be expensive. It don't have to be Lululemon. It ain't got to be from Aritzia. And that's the thing. You need to know fashion. Like you got to know all the Zara, even Zara, the Aritzia, H&M. You can't just be at City Trends and at City Tropics and these stores that ain't got a second store. It's just that one store, and they selling you them polyester tie-dye leggings from Colombia, and you out here looking like a ink spill and walking around with that. No, solid color. Just have a solid color on. All that tie-dye, all that multicolor, giving that man a headache. He looking at you. So then he wonder like, man, she'll wear 8 colors on one outfit. Like, ooh, what? I don't know about her personality. My goodness, she might be too hot to handle. You got on 8 colors. So just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. And then after you do your part, then it's on the men. And I'm gonna tell y'all boys this. Y'all listen to the fellas. Start approaching these women. Now, if you know you ain't gonna approach a woman, you need to be on datestanyout.com. It's spelled date Stany. It's a date with destiny. or you could go to the Destiny. We also did the DestinyApp.com. So it'll direct right there to it. Go on. We got more women on there than men. Y'all know how that go, but most dating apps have more men than women. You know why? Because most dating apps is for perverts. Our dating app is an intentional dating app. So if you are a real man and you really looking for your wife, you need to be on Destiny today. Go on, make your profile. Profile take a little bit now to sign up because it's real. The more we know about you, the better our AI matchmaker can match you. So that's why we ask so many questions when you're signing up. Fellas, you got to start approaching women. You got to shoot your shot. It doesn't have to be extraordinary. You don't have to have a line, none of that. Hey, excuse me, man. I saw you and I just wanted to come over and ask you if you were single. Just because you're beautiful. And she's gonna say, oh, thank you. But no, I'm married. Like, oh, okay. Well, hey, lucky man. God bless you. Go on about your business, like, and then boom, right after that, boom, shoot the next shot. Shoot the next shot. She come up to you, you just talking to everybody, ain't you? I sure am. I'm looking for my wife. I'm being very intentional. I'm looking for my wife. You taking now. What hey. And then y'all ladies, I know sometimes you going through in your marriage. Don't get your number out now. Are you still married? That's because I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all be doing too. And this why a lot of y'all ain't getting approached because it's women out there, molly cluckers. These women done took and gave a number out and they in a relationship. So now a lot of men start to spread that on Reddit, Discord, in the chat, in the group chat, and this and that. Men spreading that these women ain't faithful. These women out here cheating. These women out here giving a number out. If you're not happy in a relationship, then leave the relationship. But don't be in a relationship and trying to have your cake and eat it too. Like leave the relationship because when y'all go to giving your number out and you're in a relationship, now you make the man think you're a cheater. Now to the man, you're a cheater. And so now that make men say, well, man, I ain't even holler at these women out here taking. And the next thing you know, like we leading, it's an epidemic of single black women who don't want to be single. I talk to them every day. I talk to women every day who are single and don't want to be single. It's like, fellas, you got to do better. You got to understand the trick of the enemy. You got to understand that you're under spiritual warfare. You got to understand that the devil is using porn, gambling, alcohol, marijuana, video games, Instagram, OnlyFans. The devil is using all of these different vices to get you trapped in one of them or two or three of them and steal your absolute desire to approach a woman and to be with a woman. And you just end up just liking the things of men and you end up just liking bromance. You just want to have guys nights all the time, just want to play Call of Duty all the time, be on the video game all the time, want to smoke all the time or drink all the time or hang out all the time with the boys. And you don't want to be with a woman and you don't want to be up under no woman. You don't want to be close to a woman. And it's not the way to go. You cannot live like that. Listen to what I'm telling you. You can't live like that, fella. So, hey, this Tony Gaskins, God bless you. Tell all the single men you know we really right now don't even need no more women on the out. Hey, you welcome to join now. I ain't saying that, but we need more men on the app. So listen, we ain't got the problem that Tinder and them got. All the little perverts. No, the men on our app is they selective now. They selective. They good guys. They might not all have their 3B, just like all the women ain't got their 3B. That's just life. Everybody's still in progress. Everybody working. But hey, get that together right there. Hop on Destiny app. Tell everybody you know about it. Apple, they blocked us out of the App Store, so we had to create a web app. So we on our own. They hating on us, and hey, but we still determined to make it work and find some matches for folks out there. We lead the marriage revolution. It started by married men who see marriage, love marriage, want more people to be married. And so hop on there, check it out. You could cancel anytime you want to. But I would say give it some time now because we building. So don't go on there and just expect a miracle overnight because we building. So we get more and more people on there. So You got to give us a little bit of time on that there. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description if you're on YouTube. If you're watching it somewhere else, God bless you. We'll talk soon.